Hey guys, welcome back. So I have my sister here with me. She's going to be my model for the day. I'm actually going to be doing her makeup for a dance. And she's going to have photos taken, so this is sort of going to be a prom slash photo ready makeup. So if you guys want to know what I put on her face and her eyes, then you can just click down below in the information bar. Okay, first I want to start off with priming her face. So I'm going to prep it with HD primer. This is Makeup Forever HD primer. A foundation brush. Cold. Of course it's cold. So you want to put the primer really well on your face, make sure it's everywhere. Okay. My sister has a lot of acne. Well, like I said, she has a lot of acne scars and a lot of active acne around her forehead. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of green concealer. And I'm going to apply it on the red area. Make sure you apply green concealer where it's really red and it won't go away within like 2 hours or so, or else it will start showing green through your foundation and everything. And I'm also blending it out right away with my fingers. I'm going to use the Rimmel London Stay Matte Foundation. This is oil free. She has oily skin, so I'm going to use this. And for photos, you want a matte face. So on my palette, I'm taking a little bit of foundation. A sponge. Now I don't like using foundation brush just because it leaves too much streak marks, so I have a sponge right here. It's already wet. You want to squeeze out all the water. Make sure that it's only a little bit damp, not totally wet. What? So you can tell from this side of her face and that side of the face, this side, the skin tone is a little bit uneven. This side is a little bit more even out and a bit brighter, so her complexion is showing, and a lot of her scars are actually covered up. Let's see. Now I'm going to work on the side a little bit more, and you want to just take your time to sort of stipple it on like this, and then blend it out by the bottom of the sponge to just give it a little bit more of a airbrush effect and blend out the lines around the jaw area. You can see that from before, it's her complexion, her skin tone is a lot more even now. There's still scars left, so I'm going to start concealing, and I'm going to use the Sonia Kaskuk Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette here. Let's get started. This is hers, by the way, so I'm just going to use it straight out from here. But if you're doing a client, then I don't suggest just dipping the brush into your own makeup. Always use a palette with it. Yeah, it's okay. Now our target is actually not to cover up everything, like there's nothing on her face. We just want to sort of hide that pigmentation, so just kind of lighten it up a little bit. So don't put like 10,000 layers of concealer on your face or on whoever's face it is, because it doesn't look good. So I'm pretty much done covering her stuff on her forehead. There is still some peeping through, but it's okay. We're going to set it with a little bit of powder, and that is going to actually be a little less visible. Okay, so I finished concealing her face, and you can see that pretty much everywhere it's covered up and almost no redness or any sort of dark red spot. And then after, when I finished with the concealer, I set it with a little bit of powder in this palette as well. So that's it with the concealer. So moving on to the powder and everything. I'm gonna with a flat powder brush, load it up, and I'm gonna apply that with a stippling motion everywhere first. And this foundation is already a matte foundation, so it shouldn't give any sort of shine to her face at all. So overloading with powder is just gonna make the whole look very cakey. We're gonna go in with some bronzer. A matte bronzer, because I'm going to contour her face a little bit and make her have a little bit of a defined cheekbone. So I'm going to take NYC Sunny. So you want to make sure that the powder that you put is where the shadow is. So do that face. Yes. Second, all the way up to the temples. Blend it into the hairline. You want to make sure that you are blending upwards, not down, because that will make a very muddy look. You want to go in with a very light touch of powder. So you can see a little bit of that cheekbone, and this side, no cheekbone. If you want to intensify that effect a little bit more, you can go in with more powder, which I am, because she's going to be taking pictures. So I'm going to load it up with a little bit more and work it up again. You don't want to go in with too much, because that's really hard to blend out. So a little bit at a time would be good. After bronzer, we want to put on some blush. Taking a blush brush. This is from e.l.f. Also the e.l.f. Contouring and Bronzing Powder Dual. This is like a dupe for NARS Orgasm and Laguna bronzer. And Smile. I'm going to apply that right onto her cheekbones, that apple. Okay, so I already did one eye for my sister already, and as you can see, not a lot of eye makeup there. So what I did was actually just eyeliner and a little bit of shimmering eyeshadow on, because I still want that color going on, but I want to keep it very neutral. So I'm going to start off here on this eye with primer. I think I did that already on this eye. I'm going to start off with liner first. I'm using gel liner. You can use any type of liner you want. And then she's going to close her eyes, starting from the middle. I'm working out. Don't worry if you make any mistake because you can always clean out with a Q-tip. Okay? And if you feel like you made too thick of line, always go back in with your Q-tip to just erase whatever you need to create a thin line. And then I'm taking a pencil brush with a shimmering eyeshadow. I'm using my makeup palette here. I'm using Sin. This is the only color that I'm using on her lid. With my pencil brush, I'm just picking up the product on the tip of it. And I'm just going to apply it like a liner. So open your eyes. And we are going to put a little bit more towards the end and a little bit in the inner corners. I'm going to work up that shape. I'm going to take a blending brush and start blending out the line. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to clean it up. Look up. So I have a little bit of eye makeup remover on my Q-tip, and you can just go into your lash line to clean anything up. I'm going to put a little bit of under eye concealer. I'm going to use her Sonia Kaskuk Hidden Agenda one. I'm going to take just this color right here. And I have liquid concealer, like this. And this one is in sand. This is just to brighten up her eyes a little bit. So that's the look. I'm not going to do any crease color because again, she has mono lids and I want to keep it as natural as possible. And because the liner is kind of smudged on the side, it kind of gives it a 2-color look, but I actually only use 1 color. We actually took a break and we ate dinner, so she had her whole foundation and everything on for quite a while now. And you can see that her nose and her forehead area is getting a little shiny. So I'm going to blot it with some blotting sheets. And then I'm going to reapply a little bit of that powder that we had on earlier. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great prom, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!